Good evening, everyone. Hello, and welcome to my Facebook Live. Hopefully I am indeed live. I can see people popping in. Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming to join me. Thank you. And a good few people slowly starting to hop on. So wonderful. Thank you. Good evening, all. Good evening, Sarah. And apologies to those of you that are working. I am so sorry, but I'm going to do a big shout out to all of you that come and view my Facebook Lives after the event. I know many of you come back the next morning and watch. So thank you and welcome. Good evening all. Lovely. I can see lots hopping on here. Lots of lovely familiar faces. Thank you. We'll lock the outside out. This is crafting time. This is time to have a little bit of chill time. So we are really good, thank you, Lisa, and I hope you are too. We're doing really well, actually, thank you. We had Bertie's birthday yesterday. I'm ironically not showing you his card. That's still in the house, actually. But we had his birthday yesterday, so not quite how we had anticipated, but we had fun yesterday anyway. And he's got a new gadget that connects up to his Nintendo, which is requires a lot of fitness. So hopefully I'm going to have some muscles here soon. I think I just missed. We had a lovely day, Jeanette. Thank you. Yeah, we did. I'm just going to refresh this page, see if I can bring the messages up over here. Good evening, Tracy. Good evening. Oh, so lovely to have so many lovely people join this evening. Thank you so much. Oh, there we go. Let's just hook it up there. Then if I miss it here, I've got a secondary chance of catching messages over there. Let's just bring that up a little bit long. A little bit bigger. I was going to just about say, I can't believe how long again. I dread to think when the next haircut will be. Anyway, what have I got for you? Good evening, Joy and Chris. Lovely. I love it that you watch together. It's so lovely. And Jeanette, thank you so much, all of you, for joining. So I had something go out on my blog today that I had a feeling I might get asked how it was made. So I'm going to have a little play with Snailed It. I have to get my teeth around that one. Snailed It. Lovely new one from the new catalogue. I'm actually really surprised at how many of the kind of little fun characters that I'm really kind of drawn to in this catalogue, which I wouldn't normally be. So I don't know quite what it is, but I'm loving it. So let me turn you around and we will see what we're going to play with. So what have I got? Hello, lovely Julie. Let me just move my stool back here. So, what have I got? What was I thinking for my card? I'm truly in love with it. Can't stop smiling at it every time I look at it. Oh, bless your heart, Louise. You little sweetie. I'm so pleased it's arrived. I'm so pleased you like. Oh, and I've got people tuned in from around the globe. Thank you. Well, hopefully we'll bring you a little bit of crafting enjoyment this evening. So, you're watching me on the big screen. Look like a celeb. You are funny, Audrey. So, Snailed It. Comes, you can get it as a bundle with some dies. And these are the dies. Love these little characters. They are just super cute. Toadstools, snails, you name it. So lots of lovely things here. And a first time watcher, Marty, welcome. I hope you will enjoy. What have I done? Oh, they're right underneath it. There's some other fabulous dies here. A lovely stitched it's almost like an oversized postage stamp here. And then I absolutely adore this little envelope, which I used. Let me just move these ones aside, which I will be using later. Actually, not that one necessarily. But I will be using these. So let me just put those onto my magnetic sheet there. And then when I first saw this, I don't know why, I was homed in on the hearts, and I always look at a stamp set and think, what can I make use of this for? Let's try and get rid of some of that, Claire. what can I make use of this for? What purpose? And I saw these and thought, well, you could have this for Valentine's Day and use it for things. Now, I don't often make Valentine's cards, but you can still make cards that could be for anniversaries and things like that with these hearts on. It doesn't have to be Valentine's. I too love the toadstools, which I am going to use those this evening, which I haven't done so far. I've mainly homed in on the snails, but I thought I would use that this evening. But what I have created today and shared is I did a card like this. Actually, now that's out the way a little bit. I'm going to pull that back in because I'll move that in a minute and you'll get rid of the glare. I did a card like this that I shared earlier today, and that is, see this little envelope here? This envelope here tucks underneath it, so it holds it closed by this sort of lever arm, whatever. Good morning, Karen from Happy New York. Bless you. And then when you open it up again, you got the cute little snail in there. I just think he's adorable. I love him. I hate real snails. But I do love these little characters. I just think they're gorgeous. Now, I have pulled in some more dies here, which are from, and I love these. I think these are gorgeous. This is another new set. Actually, I don't know why I'm opening that up. So this is Many Hearts dies, and again can come as a bundle if you wish. Lots of heart stamp set there. What's this? I haven't worn to this set, although I love the colours, but I feel myself crumbling. Doesn't that often happen? Well, let's see what we can do and share with you this evening. I've used some of the hearts from here. I love, and I was actually surprised. I didn't realise that this was what this one did. There's two dies in here that, I don't know how well you can see that. They're kind of around about the same size, actually. But this one's got little dots in it. So I kind of thought, oh, well, if I cut one out, then maybe the larger one will sit over. Well, lo and behold, when I cut that, I didn't realise that it cut that lovely skinny heart there straight out. I didn't need to do the two, so it did one, and you can see when I looked afterwards there's two grooves there, and that's what it cut straight away. The other die that I love in this set is the little Hugs and Kisses, which I've scattered around here from what I cut here, and then I put a little red one there as if it's like a little, almost like a little paper clip. And the other one I like, and I have cut a few things already. I love this one. Some of these are connected and some of them are loose. So although it looks like they're all connected, they're actually not necessarily. And the same applies, the same applies in this set to these flowers. Although they look connected, when they cut, they're all individual. Thank you, Fran. Thank you. And then this one nests into there and is like a little stitched heart. You'll see me use that later as well. As I say, I've die cut a few pieces to just help us out. And then there's a few pieces I'll die cut with you. So that is one of the cards that I'm going to make. But I'm going to change things up a little bit. So I'm not necessarily going to use this envelope. I'm going to use something else. The other thing that I'm going to make with you, I'll show you how I made, is this, which is a really cute little heart-shaped favour box. And it sits, you see it's got a nice little flat bottom rather than a round bottom. And it sits on there, and I think this would be adorable if you were doing a lovely romantic Valentine's meal or anniversary meal or something, and you wanted to put some, almost like name card. In fact, you could make these for a wedding as little name cards with their places on. Now, they don't take massive amount of sweets in there, but you could fit a little treat or sweet of some sort in each side there. So I'll show you how I made that. Now, I actually saw this first made by, I think it was a lady in Germany by the name of Brigitte. I want to say her surname was Keeling, but I'm not entirely sure. So I thought we'd start with that. I've tried to see if I can do some, she did it in centimetres. I'm going to try and see if I can convert it into inches for you as well. This ribbon, I saw someone just comment on the ribbon. That is this one. This is the one from is it Playing with Patterns? It's either a duo or a trio set of ribbons. And I just thought I'd pull that in. I liked the colours together. I love pool party with your reds kind of around this sort of time of year. I just think it works really nicely. So let's get making that first. I'll show you because it's ever so simple. And as I say, you could make use of that for wedding favours and things like that. So let's pull in. I've already cut. Now I'm just going to get my fringe out the way. I've already cut this piece of, so this is from the papers that go in this suite, and this has been cut to 10 centimetres by 15 centimetres. If you want it in inches though, I've kind of prepped one here that I've already cut that I did as 6 inches by 4 inches. So I will give you both the measurements as I go. So what I want to do, so this one's cut for centimetres at the moment. I'm going to score it twice at, let's just pull that down for you to see a bit more. So I'm going to score that. Let's just get rid of my cutting blade and bring in 4.5 centimetres. And 9 centimetres. Now, if you were doing this in inches, so along the 4-inch side, you would score it, if I've calculated this correctly, 1 3/4 and 3 5/8. Then you'll turn it 15 centimetres, or I've converted it to a 6-inch piece of cardstock. You're basically scoring it in half, so it would be 3 inches on your 6-inch, or 7.5 centimetres here. Okay, so let's just get a shot of that and bring in my bone folder. So you've got a little skinny score line, and then you've got another. Now this one didn't, when I made this into a tube, it didn't quite meet up exactly, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to notice that. So then you want to I was chuffed when I came across this. You know those times when you put like a little video clip or an image or a few measurements somewhere and you stumble across them again, and that's what happened. And it was like, I wanted to make those for a long while. Now I found at this point I can still see that score line, so it's kind of worth giving a little press to it because it will help you out a little bit further down. So you see there, give a little press to that score line. Then what you need to do is you need to find, I've pulled in my layering circles. Now I'm not using them to die cut. I am just using a circle. So if you haven't got these, but you've got the equivalent of, let's say, a lid or something like that, you could very easily use that because it's kind of, let's just check that one's not better. That's a bit too big. But yeah, there you go. So where's pull a pencil in, and going to just, so I say, this could be a lid, doesn't have to be dies, it could be a punched circle, it could be a lid, it could be anything really that is just around about the same width or thereabouts. So let's see, does that one fit nicely? Yeah, let's do that one. We might as well do that one as well. You might even see it on this one better. Super cute. Ooh. There we go. Put that away. So you don't need the dies. Arriving late to the party, Julia. You are not late, but you might find these useful for upcoming wedding favours. This is what I'm showing how to create. So now, just pulling in your faithful paper snips, just give that a little cut round that the end that you've just created at both ends. So if you think you're going to get, well, how many are you going to get out? Did I say 6 by 4? Well, yeah, you're going to get quite a few out of a sheet of 12 by 12 there. So, okay, you're going to perhaps struggle with the same pattern for all of them if you had several to make. Oh. There's that. It is cute, Franz. I don't say that to beef myself. As I say, I got this from someone else a while back and only just got round to making it. But it is super cute. Right, now what you want to do is open it up and just kind of give it a bit of a squeeze like that. And then I'll do the same to that one. Now this one you can see the seam a little bit, so I want that to be on the inside actually. So I'm going to do, it's almost like a gulp there. I'm going to do, can you see how that's, I wonder whether cardstock would be a little too thick. I do wonder. Because of this bit, it's the manipulating of this bit. I could give it a go, but I think it needs to be a little bit more forgiving of manipulating. So give that a squeeze in the middle, fold it, you see, and then kind of give it a pinch. Then what you want to do how cute. I kept thinking they almost look like little oysters. Is it not oysters? Mussels. You know, I'm sure I've got like little mussel pinchers that you eat them with, pick them up with. What you want to do now is to create this little kind of flat bottom here. You want to, now let's see, you might see it easier on a planer. Let's give that, right. Choose which is going to be your back if there happens to be a nicer look to it from one side than the other. When you've chosen which one you want your back to be, you want to, so you've got your little fold line and you want to kind of fold that up almost to that fold line. Little fortune cookie. Yes, it is like a little fortune cookie. Perfect timing actually, isn't it, with Chinese New Year and that. So I've just folded it in each direction. Then what I'm going to do, open it back out and push that inwards now so that it sits like that. Yeah. Into maracas. Arriba. Yeah, so then that will be what it sits on. Okay, so I'll show you that again on this one. So choose which one I want my... Now, this is a classic one to explain that if you can see, if you've got an orientation to your paper. So these hearts, if you notice on one side, it's the correct way up, on the other side, it's upside down. Now, because this is pretty much like little mini polka dots, you can't, it's forgiving, it doesn't matter. But if that were writing, you might not like that. So just bear that in mind. So again, where that center crease line is, I'm going to fold that back on itself, fold it back the other way, open it up and push it in, and there you go. Yeah, then we need to just add a little bit of adhesive in. Now, I didn't do this on my first one and it kind of sprang open. I put a little bit there, and there's the end, and a little bit down the centre there. Ooh, can't get that off. There we go. Yeah, so that will push in, and then you can get your fingers inside and give it a squeeze. And there it is, hopefully. There you go. Sits up. As I say, those little openings are quite small, but you could size this up and make bigger ones. So let's show you again where I'm putting this on this. So I've done it in there on the inside, so when it all comes together, it's helping it all stick. And a little bit down that centre there. And then we'll take the backing off. Oops. And the backing off of... fingers and thumbs. Backing off of there, and then again push that in, pull it all together, put your fingers in and give it a little pinch. What you don't want is that to be fully stuck there, otherwise it needs that to be kind of splayed to have a little stand. There, how cute! A little row of them going on now, of a finger bob. Gosh, do you remember those? So there you go. And I mean, you can decorate those as much or as little as you want. And all I did was a simple little hello, one of the snails, and then pulled in a little bit of the ribbon, and that was it. Now, I could have used the hello in the speech bubble, but I felt it would kind of cover up too much of the heart and you wouldn't see it, so I just thought a little hello down there was cute. What, the ones where you do that with it? Bertie gets asked to make those at school, and they it's quite clever actually, because they have almost like learning things in them. So it's like, what do you want to learn about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have to explain to him what Mummy used to learn with them. So there you go. That's how you make those. We can embellish one up, but we'll kind of move on and start on the cards, because we can embellish these with kind of what we've got left over, and see is that what they call them, a chatterbox? That's so perfectly apt for me. Do I think it would fit lint chocolates? I wish I had some in here to try. I wonder whether that would be the perfect size, but then when you get it in there, it might be possible. I don't know. I think you'd have the little tassel bit, the twisty bits at the end of your chocolates probably hanging out. I think that is around about the size of the round lint chocolates. So it might just take it. Or the tiny Easter eggs. Yeah. All that. I don't know what other ones. Oh, actually, I think, don't lint do the teeny tiny ones, like almost like little footballs without the twisty bits? It would take some of those for sure. Absolutely, for sure, it would take those. So there you go. That's that. So now I'm going to do a card based on this design. Hershey's a diamond ring. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? I'm going to tell Graham that when I get in. Oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine in there? If somebody did, oh, see, somebody did on there and they put marry me and then they put the ring inside. Oh, they are so cute. Anyway, right. So I thought what I might do here is use some of the images I haven't used already. So where are my pieces that I've cut? So I wanted to use this piece because I thought this is like almost like an oversized stamp, which I rather like. I feel like sometimes I don't use enough designer series paper and enough colour. So tonight I thought we're going to do a bit of an explosion of colour. So this card is going to be kind of recreated with, this is just the half, this is actually 4 inches actually, and I think that's by 9 3/4 by 4 inches, and yeah, just folded at 4 inches there. So that's a 4-inch square at the front there. Oh, no worry, Karen. You can always pop back and catch up if there's anything more you wanted to see, bless you. And then I thought I'll still like the pool party, which I've bought in as a matting layer to go in here, so we can get that down straight away. No, we can't. No, we can't, because there's something else I need to do first. That will go on there. And I thought rather than have this part here plain, we'll add some colour by doing that. Now what I want to do is this piece here, I need to score. I've cut a piece here that is 1 inch by around about 5 inches, roughly speaking. That might well change in a little bit. Depends where you are going to anchor this part. So I'm just scoring that at an inch in from the end. What I'm going to do, which was the bit that I need to do before, is I'm going to attach this. Oops. Just up from the bottom. Yeah. So that will go like that. And then now we can start adding these layers. So we'll add this one first. One of my favourite colours, Pool Party. Really love Pool Party. Really nice bluey colour there. Then I'm going to attach that to one end. Good evening, Susan. I do hope you are keeping well. Pop that up one end of this white piece here. There we go. So I sometimes find I don't use enough of our designer series paper. So I thought this evening I'm going to put a flash of colour in there. Yeah. Then, now I'm not going to stick that down just yet. Just in case I make a decision that I want to stamp something in here, we will leave that until such time as I'm sure that I don't want to stamp anything. Now, I've cut an additional layer here, which could be used like this, but I'm going to, I should have done I did. but did I cut them the same size? Yes, I did. So let's cut that down a tiny bit. So that is 3 7/8. Let's take that down another 1/8 in each direction. From there. Oh, that one wasn't cut very well. To there. There we go. That just gives me that pool party matting layer so that it kind of is the same as the back there. Yeah. Now, in this stamp set, there's something in here you don't want to throw away when you're setting it up. And that is, you can't see it on here, but when you're setting up the kind of little speech bubble, you get a circle that comes out, which you could, by accident, probably discard. However, you can make the most amazing polka dots with this. So I thought we would do some polka dots. What am I looking for? My red ink. So real red on real red. We will just randomly, randomly. I always love it when we say randomly because people find random. Even I do. See, look, I'm even trying now to make it look. See, who says you need, look, that's not random, is it? Who says you need designer series paper when you can make your own? Look at that. Oh no, Catherine, no. See, it's just such a great little piece to have. So there's that, and that can go. I might just use that to cover that piece. I will stick that down. Thought this would tie in nicely with the toadstools, which I would quite like to use on this particular card because I haven't used them yet and I think they are adorable. Now that needs just trimming a tiny bit, and I'm fanatically like that. Oh no, Susan. Oh, see, there you are. Don't kick yourself. We've all done it at times when you suddenly, don't realise you don't see it. But I did see somebody use some polka dots. And I was like, where did they get the polka dots from? And then it dawned on me, it was the centre of that. See, there's that there. Then we can put that, I thought would be nice there, which means I will shorten that. But if I was doing something more over this side, then that would be a better length. So you can make that decision at the time. So let's get that stuck down. And then we'll get stamping some toadstools and things like that. Don't often use red as a card base, but actually, do you know what? I'm just going to commit to that now because I don't think I'll be adding much more in there. There we go. So all I'm seeing is something about someone's got a sneaky order. I've been shipped, so I can't wait to actually put another sneaky order of the Hydrangea Hill. Oh, bless you. I do love that sweet. So there you go. There's our base of the card. Looks very Cath Kids. It does. Yeah, you're right, actually. It does, Audrey. Then I'm going to have that there. So I'm going to actually, no, I won't shorten. Yes, I will. I'll shorten that a little bit. And there's no measurement for that. It's just where you want it to be. Yes, the middle of the speech bubble. So if you notice there, see, when you're setting it up, you get a dot that's just surplus. I say surplus to requirements, but don't throw it. But They're great, aren't they? They're just great. So we're going to use that. Now, let's bring in some scrap paper and let's get stamping some of these. Now, ironically, the images that I did on this one, I stamped all of them in early espresso because I thought the dark brown kind of softened them a little bit, which I quite liked. Now, I didn't have it that you could take this out. I've got that stuck down in there, but you could have it that you pull out a little note, which would be really cute. So, where's my stamp set here? Oh, no, I've still got some set up, but not all of them. So I'm going to stamp all of them because then I know that we have got them all to hand. I don't think I need one quite that big. Say, I can't believe how many of these little animals and what have you I'm really drawn to in this catalogue. So there's him. So cute. So cute. Now, we will do... Now, I can't quite decide. I need a little anchoring point, and the girls in my team, if any of them are on right now, which I know there's a few, will have made a card like this where you need an anchoring point. So I'm going to have a few of them as possibilities. I'm going to do that. I can cut that one. So what colours did I use? I used blends. So that was black memento ink that I've used there. Simon the Snail and Sally the Snail. I love it. You've named them. So I've got here Granny Apple Green. These are all the light colour of the duo. So Granny Apple Green, Crumb Cake, Real Red and Pool Party. The sharks. Tanya. Yes, I know. I'm buckling. I know I'm buckling at that one. You know when you're kind of like, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't need it, I don't want it. Oh, I'm ordering it. So let's use, let's bring you in a bit closer here and get underneath there. So, Crumb Cake. Now I'm going to do underneath the toadstool with Crumb Cake. And when I've gone over it the once, I can go back again with the same. I'm just using the light again. I've not pulled in the dark at all. I could do, but I don't need to. I'm just adding a little bit of depth there. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple more here, just in case I end up using these also. Oops, sorry. These are super because, I mean, you've got, as you say, sort of like, and throw a yellow in there and you've got some really good ones there to get you sort of started. Now we need to do the actual... Now, if the truth be known, these are super cute, but as I said earlier, I really don't like snails and slugs. Can't bear them. So I really find it quite funny that I like this stamp set. Good evening, lovely Alison. How the devil are you? We are working with, what is it they say? Slugs and snails and puppy dogs' tails. So that's what little girls are made of, isn't it? Is that what the saying goes? Something like that, anyway. So we'll add a little bit where these little speckles are, as if there's a bit of dark there. Oh, they are horrible things, but you can't dislike these. They're cute. They smile at you. They make me smile. So there's that. Then we will pull in Pool Party. We'll just, I don't know why I fancied Pool Party for the back, but probably because I just like Pool Party. I'll do. And we'll do the same on this one. Oh, I can see somebody's. And you can add some shading if you want to. Now you can go mad on the shading if you really want to add quite a bit, or you can just do like little touches. Oh yeah, frogs. Oh no, 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 no. I remember in my old house I had a little, what do you call it? Basement cellar. And one day a frog, I thought it was a leaf that was blowing around in the wind, and it wasn't. Oh my goodness. Magic Roundabout, Brian the Snail. Yes. Oh. Right. Yeah, I will do this one just to have a spare in case I need it. So this is real red. I nearly, very, very nearly used Poppy Parade, which I adore that red. However, I'm conscious there's some messages popping up, but I'm making sure I go round these circles. So I'll try and look in a second. I wanted to make sure that the red tied in with the red of the hearts, the heart treat that we've just, and the paper there. There's one. And I do think this colour goes really well with the Pool Party. You would have moved house. Oh, honestly, I had to get my next door neighbour in, young girl that was living next door to me, and I buzzed her and I was like, Fiona, are you any good with frogs? And she's like, yeah, I love them. I'm like, quick, get yourself around here now. And she, but the thing that was awful was the way it had come down through a grate. There was no way of opening that up for it to go back the way it came. So she had to carry it through the house to dispose of it out the front or back door. And all I kept having visions of was, oh my goodness, she's going to drop it. So now I'm just going to go back in to the sides. Again, you could pull the darker shade in if you wanted to. Really depends how much time and colouring and effort you want to add. And I'm just going to add a little bit more under here. And then we'll add some. We'll make these blue. The blue of the Pool Party. Yeah, right through the house. Thankfully, she did manage and was out. It was out before I knew about it. But, oh my goodness. Honestly, I thought it was a leaf. And then realised that actually it so wasn't. Right, let's do. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I've got a feeling. Oh, no. It must be another one. I thought it was this one that my brush end was damaged and not coming out very well, but it's not too bad actually. And then we'll add a little bit of grass there. See, they just come alive now, don't they? Love it. Then what else have we got to colour here? See, we can keep going back and adding another little bit each time we want to of those. Colouring, so therapeutic. I used to do a lot when I was a kid. More watercolour pencils though than things like this. All right, what else shall we do? I'm just trying to think in advance of what I'm likely to fussy cut and need independently. And then maybe we will have a present or two here. That one's got to be pool party, because of course, you know, that might be the Tiffany box with the ring in. And then maybe we'll have, perhaps do we bring the green in? I don't know what jewellers uses green, but there we go. Diamond paintings, they're giving that a go whilst listening to you. Ooh, Emma. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That would be fun to see. Right, I think I've done as much as I want. I'm going to be fussy cutting elements of this and fussy cutting elements of this. And in fact, I probably should colour in the... Let's do the parcels on Cartier. Yes, we need a Cartier one. So let's do this one. Good point there. Good point. We'll do this one red then. I know theirs is a little bit deeper, but hey. Interpretation. Right, so that's that done. So let's just lift you up a little bit. Like a cross stitch and a mosaic. Are they those tiny, tiny, tiny little beads that you use? I've got a feeling Debbie, who comes to my, I say comes to my Dunelm classes. No one's coming to my Dunelm classes at the moment. I'm sure she showed that to me. And if you're watching, Debbie, you can confirm that for me. Right, so here's the dies. So this particular die, it doesn't cut out, if you can see that, it doesn't cut out the wording on that. It only cuts out the actual snail itself. But he's super cute. Love him. Then we'll do this one. For that one. Hopefully I've got that. And in fact, I'll only do those two and I'll come back for the others. Oh, has that just moved? I thought, oh no. There we go. Now this might move around on my paper, but we'll give it a whirl. It doesn't like it so much when you're doing it from the side. Once it's grabbed, I'll twist it. Ooh. Now you could swing this through so much easier. I'm just trying to stop it from sliding around too much on my paper. There we go. Hopefully that has stayed. Look at them. How cute are they? Two. Right, then we will cut this one in its entirety and the other two will have elements cut from it, and then we will continue with sorting these cards out. So, oops, I've done it again. I might need to put some washi tape or something on this. There's that. Yeah, let's get some tape. You're liking the snail, Anna. Hello, lovely. How are you? I hope you two are keeping nice and well. Let's just grab a little piece. What was that? A wood standing your machine on a silicone. Oh, that's an idea, on a silicone mat. Quite possibly. Good evening, Holly. How are you? I do hope you've got an evening off, bless you. Yeah, it probably would. I should get myself some form of a mat for, as I say, it's not often that I've got it in these circumstances with it being on paper like this and on my whiteboard. So it wouldn't normally jump around like this, but oof. Haha, you like Marty. They're just such cute little images. I say, not normally the sort of images I would go for. However, I'm loving them. They're just fun. You need something that raises a smile, and they certainly raise a smile for me. So let's get a shot of that. Okay, so bring that card back in. There's my card base, so to speak. I'm going to pop that there in a bit, and oops, let's just give that a bit more of a press. That's going to go over here, I think. Now, I could put a little wash of colour behind this. The art gallery is next on your list. What's next on my list to buy? Oh, gosh. Do you know, I have got quite a bit to get through. I'm going to pull in a wash like this. Now, you could, if you had my meadow, you could use something like that. Either of these, actually. In fact, I might use this one because I can see that one because it's photopolymer. I'm going to use that with, oh gosh, yes, what's next on my list? Do you know, I don't know. I've got quite a lot to be playing with at the moment, so I feel that's probably why I don't know. But I have got quite a lot that I want to be playing with, and I'm getting close now to be able to have a really good play. Now, I'm going to do like a little background of colour there, but I don't know if I want full strength or half strength, and I think half. So I'll just add, there you go. They're really useful little images, these. Snail mail's the next one on your list, is it, Holly? And then we can add that there. It just kind of looks almost like a bit of sky going in there. So let's add this to here. I want it to go about there, so I don't want the glue to come any further than there. Okay, and then we'll add that there. Yeah, I've got quite a few sets that I'm like looking forward to getting creative with. Right, then we'll add that. Super cute. Super cute. Right, then we need a sentiment, and then we need what we call an anchor point. So let's have a look at sentiments. What do I want this to be for? I've got, since I've got this particular stamp set, I've got a few. I could either use something as simple as a hello. I could do just a note. You're all heart, sending lots of heart. Thank you. Maybe just a simple little thank you, actually. Yeah, just a note or thank you. What do you reckon? Let's pull those both out. Let's see, that's the thank you, and that's just a little note, because we can do it kind of there, or a little thank you. What do you reckon? Let's put those there a minute, and I will pull in this one to do a little bit. You think a thank you, do you, Louise? let's just, oh, we're going to do, there's going to be a fight. Just a note. Got a couple just a note. Let's just do a spot of fussy cutting here because I'm going to need an anchor point. I have to say I do quite like the idea of just a note because you can still go just a note to say thank you. Just a note. Do you mean a holder downerer? Yes, I do mean a holder downerer. You are funny, Audrey. A holder downerer, yes, I do, but I may need one or two holder downerers because these are almost quite spindly. Freya says a thank you card. I say you can always do just a note to say thank you. But I do use a lot of thank you cards, so a thank you might be, we'll see. I might stamp both of them and then we can see. But you see, if I do oh no, I can still send it out if I do a thank you. I went through all my stamps yesterday, tried to find just a note sentiment. I don't have one. Oh, well, isn't it funny? I was looking the other week for an engagement sentiment and couldn't find one until this evening. When it's now too late. I've made the card, sent the card, and yeah, it's now too late. I don't need it any longer. So now I'm going to put down my holder downerer, which is this piece here. Yeah, so that is the piece that will anchor. So in this instance, I'm going to have that come over and I'm going to hopefully, I say these may not work as well because they're quite fine, but hopefully it might just be enough to connect underneath there. But I need to, first of all, let's use a glue dot with that. There we go. And do that and that for my holder downerer. I like that. Very technical. I remember when I first ever used the words pokey tool to somebody and they're like, you are kidding me. I will show you all my Christmas cards. They are now in here. So at some point I'm going to use a good few of them as inspiration to create other cards with them. Because we were so lucky. I received some incredible cards and actually an incredible volume of cards this year. Probably more handmade than ever before. And it would be lovely to share. I don't know why I'm cutting that because I have got some on here. I could one under there. So let's take that and that. Now I want to make sure this isn't going to stick it down, so you've got to be quite careful there, but there we go, that's anchored, and then you can pull it out from underneath. So it's only just nested underneath there, but it is at least hooked under. So we'll do a quick sentiment, add some embellishment, and then I'm going to very quickly with this one and some other dies that I've done show you one other card, but let's do these. But yeah, one other quite quick card, so don't worry. Let's do that and that. You also received, I received so many more. It was lovely, really lovely. I'm actually blown away by the amount that we received this year over others, you know, from previous years. Now I'm going to pull in a little bit of black on this one because I know I do use it a reasonable amount, and I didn't use it on the original card, but I just felt this kind of almost warranted it because we've now gone so heavy on the colour of the red. We can, that's a real waste, we can afford to do it. So that's not straight. We'll do that one there, and we'll do that one there. Add a little bit of embossing powder. There we go. And you know me, can't possibly not have a little bit of embossing in here. Oh, Jeanette, that's sad. That's very sad. We sadly found we were sending many cards that were to just one person when it would normally be to two. That was very sad. But no, the volume that we received this year was really quite incredible. And I will, maybe what I need to do is almost like a Facebook Live that shows all of them in one go. And then maybe you can kind of pull out a few for me to say, use these as inspiration and kind of case it with, rather than Christmas products, case it with your kind of spring summery products. So let's see about pulling this in here. Just a note, and then that one's not straight, so I'm going to start that one off. That was brave of me, wasn't it? And ooh, I do like my long-handled scissors for little jobs like this. That is not straight. Far from it. But I'm thinking of you at Christmas instead of happy and merry. Yeah, I did lots more thinking of yous this year. Even if they hadn't lost people, because it was just a tough whole year. So we could do thank you. That fits neatly in there. Or we could do, that's quite a bit longer. That almost doesn't fit as nicely. Maybe it needs to be a thank you on this one. Would you agree? I think that fits a little bit better, doesn't it? And we might do that one on this one. If I'd have planned it better, I might have moved it over and then that would have fitted nicely. But I think even if I was to trim that, I still don't think you would. Still think it's perhaps a little big and it overshadows that a little bit. So I think it needs to be the thank you. There. That is, where's my mini, I'm starting a new pack of these. Mini pack of, she's going for the middle. I love how you're like, no, she's not going in a line. Oh, you lot make me laugh. Right, let's add that there. And there we go. We could add some twinkles and embellishments and what have you if we want to. But there is A little note. Yes, you could do just a little note. And you could, if this bothered you, you could die cut another white one and you could back it so that you either saw red or you saw a whole piece of white and not this, if that bothered you at all. But there you are. There is the first one. And then I'll show you another quick one that I had lined up, kind of using a little bit more, just put that away, a little bit more of the hearts and die. So I've done a little bit of die cutting already. Just move that. And it's kind of just showing how you can pull in a whole load of, you like that? It's nifty, isn't it? How it can kind of connect, and you could have that kind of over, and that could have been the, it's really unusual for me to actually use pattern paper, but I liked it. So I'm pleased you do too. So here's another one for you to just pull in. So I've got a matting layer of crumb cake on crumb cake, and we could do a little bit of stamping and that on that. I'll set that aside for the minute. And what I thought I would do this time, so I've die cut, these are all of these, apart from this piece, you've seen that piece already, all of these are from that, what was it called, Many Hearts. I keep wanting to call it So Many Hearts, but it's Many Hearts. Yes, we did them at Christmas, Catherine, didn't we? And we keep, I love it. I just think it's great. Right, I am now going to, so this is the heart that came out of there. When I die cut it, I expected it to die cut that and then me die cut another to give me the skinny part, but it didn't. It gave me that and that heart. So waste not, want not. That's why I thought I would make use of that this evening. Then I'm going to pull in possibly this one. I could use that one. I did that one to put onto my heart in a minute. That must have nudged. I don't like that big white border, and that's because it's nudged over a little bit whilst I was die cutting. So I'll just get a shot of some of that excess a little bit. There we go. Then, love this one. I cannot wait to get this on the 18th. Oh, is that when your delivery's coming? Is it? Oh, this set. Nice. Let's see, what can we do here? So I'm thinking of bringing in, just doing lots of different hearts. In fact, we could use that just a note on here. In which case, that one might be the better one to use. Don't you think? This is just showing how you can just cluster some pieces. Now I'm going to do something on the back here. Yes, that way. And then we'll clustering up kind of almost like leftover scraps that you've got. So what have we got here? Do I want, oops, no, I'm going to use this set, and I might use, I haven't used this one yet, and I might use the hello. But what we will do, I'm going to randomly stamp either, I think my Versamark might be a little bit too pale, so we'll bring in some crumb cake. I might do it on one side and then I might end up turning it over. So just some random hearts. To just, I'm playing now. Interlock a few. I've probably done too many down there, but never mind. Okay, then I'm just kind of adding a little bit of interest to the back of this. We'll add some flicking, I think. So we will bring in, oops, nearly stumbled then. Bring in my crumb cake, and I'm just going to move some bits here. And using the lid, we'll just do that. Then we will bring some of that lovely ribbon in. You see, when you get all these little pieces left over on your desk and you kind of think, I don't know what to do with them because it's not a lot. These are all the things you can do with your leftovers. I remember once being in a blog hop with the lovely Tanya actually, and that was just using up leftovers. And it was great actually, a real let's see if that sits better now. A little better. Okay. Now I'll decide if I want that above or below that. I think probably above. What is the ribbon called? Let me find out for you. It's something like is it the Playing with Patterns? Playing with Patterns ribbon. It is, yes, Playing with Patterns ribbon. It's this one here that comes as that trio set. Page 161 of the catalogue. Yeah, comes with those two as well. Not to be mistaken with this one that is equally as beautiful, but is doesn't have the ridging in it. It's not quite so. It's softer, which is lovely. But I just thought I would use this one today. So we'll add. Oops. And now we just cluster these things up. I love his little eyes. Yeah, that will work. So I'm going to put that over the top of there. So let's get this stuck down first then. Now we could emboss this. In fact, I might well. Perhaps use the subtle embossing folder. This is that lovely ridged one that it is quite simply subtle. It's lovely. Now I will need to use the Big Shot for, oh, not Big Shot, the cut and emboss for this one. I'll just whiz that through there. There we go. That just gives a little bit of extra texture, and then we will start laying this all down. Now, a lot of this is going to get covered. You're not going to see. You might be wondering, it's like, why is she sticking that over to one side? Well, why not? Who says we always have to have something central? Or then we'll add. Now with ribbon sometimes, especially if it's going to be hidden by things, you can add a staple, which is very handy if you've got a long-handled Stampin' Up. This is a Stampin' Up one. They used to sell this, and it's such a shame they don't any longer, because I think a long-handled stapler is really, really useful. So that was a leftover. That wasn't a leftover, but easily made out of a scrap. And then let's just make sure that this Just a Note is going to fit in here. I want that to sit there. And then we'll move that. Yeah, that's where we'll do it. So we will use some, where am I? Oh. There we go. I wish they would bring the stapler back. There was something else I wanted to use the other day. Do you remember that spritzer thing that you used to attach to the pens? And that was great. And went. Yeah, we should definitely sandbox it. I really think a stapler, especially your long-handled, really useful. Now, do I want that? I might put that like that, actually. Let's put some black in here. Oh. Oh, dear. You make me laugh, Alison. Oh, that's now stuck more to my finger than it has anywhere else. Cute. Add that there, and then we'll fit him in. Oh, yeah, like that. Yep. Add that there. So that was kind of from a scrap, little leftover pieces. Then we'll add him. Put that one down there. Add a bit there. Oh, he's so cute. Love him. And then, just because I can and I liked them, these ones were the ones, do you remember me showing you at the beginning that were, they look connected, oops, but they're not connected. Some of them are, these two are, which is that one there, but otherwise they come out like that. And I just thought they were lovely. So, angle Just a Note. I can't now. I can have a go. If you feel it needs angling. I must admit, you don't see the ribbon quite so much. Right, what, you want it more, you think more like that? Just a Note. Then I might just add, make this cluster of hearts just that little bit more. Do you know, I prefer it that way. More space for that. Yep. Okay, this is going to be... Now I could do this like I often do with my little sponge, but I'm going to just do the tiniest of dots there. And part of that is just going to hang. And the same will apply this side. Tiniest, tiniest touch. Then add that to my card base. No one's going to see that staple. but at least you know it's going to stay on. And then what you could do, too cute for words. Oh, bless you. Then we could, as a final little something, add these. Cool, that came off easy. Is there any glue under there? We could add a couple of, if we feel, red or white. Couple of red one, maybe the red, because then it stays with the tiny size of that one actually. Super cute. These are the resin hearts in red and white. Love them. Add one to there. And I think that's probably enough because then it's picking up that third one in the middle there. Sorry, I asked you red or white and then I kind of ignored what you were saying. Red or white? You're answering me and I'm merrily going away just adding red. But you see, that could be lots of little scraps. You could have scraps of red that you've just die cut these, scraps of, you know, all just little pieces that you've pulled in and just, yeah. I mean, I die cut a couple of other little bits here earlier just to see what they were like. They could have been, you know, a few mushrooms and toadstools and, oh, here are those flowers that I did. Again, they look like they're connected, but they're not connected. That's in Daffodil Delight, which I rather like. Oh, I like the little white heart. Do you fancy a few white ones on there? Oh, they're gone. Let's just see. It might pull some extra something out, mightn't it? Why not? Let's just try it. If it's overkill, we can take them off. That's the beauty. Yeah, let's have one down there. And one more. I tried lifting these off with my with the putty in here earlier and I really struggled. I really feel you need to get under these ones. Maybe that's just me. No, I'm going to walk away. You like that? So there you go. There's that. Now we could use that last one on there, what I did earlier. We made in, this one here is just made from the DSP in Real Red from the, what do you call it? Regal's Suite. And that one shows you a little bit more of the papers. And I still had this little fella, which I'll have to use. Yeah, that could have a little heart in it. Beautiful ring. A beautiful ring needs to go in there. Look. Oh. So there you go. There are my instructions on those. And your two cards that I think we might even need to put some little hearts on that one. Cute, cute, cute. And that. So there you are. Hopefully, you've sandboxed it already. Was that for the stapler? Good girls, good girls. I'm so pleased. There, I hope you enjoyed that. And let me turn you round. Good. I'm so pleased. I enjoyed making those. Something a little bit different for me. Lovely cards and cute treat boxes. Yes, I think those treat boxes would be perfect for like a little wedding favours on a table that you could actually put the names onto. Would be great. Great projects. Thank you. Oh, I'm so pleased you enjoyed. Bless your hearts. Showering you with love. and a nice distraction. Good. I'm so pleased. That's what we all need. Something that just makes us smile, even if it's only for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. So good. I'm so pleased. So pleased. Ah, thank you, Catherine. It's getting longer. Look at it. I can't believe how much longer it is. Gonna have to have another look at your list. Well, hopefully tomorrow I've got a few things to wrap. If you've not already seen, I've got quite a few bits that are out on eBay and up on my website on my retired sales thing. Not everything is on eBay, so if you're wanting something, if there's something that you've wanted from previous catalogues, go and have a look in both places. You could either get yourself a bargain on eBay, or you can still get yourself a bargain through my website. But as I say, not all items are listed in both places, so have a little look. You are very welcome, Susan, very welcome. I'm doing some wrapping and packing of that tomorrow, a little bit, and then I know a whole load of that is selling, I think by Saturday. I think there's a big closing time. So, and then I'm going to start, hopefully, I feel like it's almost the kiss of death if I say it. Claire, I'll message you afterwards. Sorry, suddenly distracted there. Not because of you, Claire, at all. Don't take that personally. But I will message you afterwards. In fact, I'm going to write your name here. Hopefully tomorrow I'm going to start designing some classes. So I really hope that will start. But hopefully, if it doesn't get started tomorrow, then certainly into next week, I will be working on that. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. I feel like I've been away from it for way too long. So I need to get back into that. So watch this space. Anyway, I'm going to love and leave you for now. And I will see you next week. Don't know what with, but I'll see you next Thursday. Until then, please take care. Thank you all so much for tuning in, for commenting, and for sharing your evening with me, or indeed your morning if it's your morning, wherever you are in the world. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.